What's a happening, nerds? This is John nerding out with cards, and this is going to be a video talk about the last group of cards that I gotten from that shipment from Seattle. They happen to be Yadi Molina gold cards. So going back into the newer stuff after a couple vintage videos. But anyway, the timing of this is I think apt. So hopefully next week we're leaving here and going to be making our way back to Seattle. That'd be outstanding. And what also occurs next week is Steve over at Steve's Hobbies, his son is shipping off to boot camp for the Coast Guard. If you watch Steve, he has several players that he's doing gold runs on. So I kind of want to shout out his channel, because there's a lot of tie-ins, the gold cards, son joining the Coast Guard and stuff. And like I said, Steve, reach out to me if you got any questions. I've been stationed at Cape May twice. So, I'm very, very familiar with the area. So hopefully you're going to be able to make it out for your son's graduation. And I give you some pointers for that. So if you are not subscribed to Steve, I highly recommend you go check out his channel. In addition to the gold cards, he's a Dodgers fan. He's a Mariners fan. He collects Star Wars cards, shows those off. He showed off a couple Coast Guard cards because of his son. And then recently he's been doing Dodger team sets in the 80s. So I enjoyed it a lot. Highly recommend you go check out his channel. So anyway, without further ado, I'm going to show you the 5 cards, the 5 Yadi gold cards. I'll go with oldest to newest. And so the first one here, 2012. And when I look at this card and what I think is significant about it is, remember what was going on in 2012. And, the Cardinals suck now. That's pretty well understood. But I thought our turn to suck was going to be this year. And there's a number of reasons for that. One is, Tony La Russa retired, before he ended up coming back with the White Sox. But, so we lost him. He's my favorite manager of all time. And then Albert Pujols left. That was demoralizing. But anyway, the Cardinals still had a highly successful season. Obviously, the run of success continued. But I'm not going to belabor that. But this was right around that time when it started to become Yadi's team. There was still some veteran leadership on there, like Waino was still there, although he was younger than Yadi, or less service time. Carpenter was still there, but he really didn't pitch much in 2012. And then obviously Matt Holliday was there. He was a big contract guy. But like I said, with Pujols leaving, that's really when it kind of started to become Yadi's team. He really started becoming, into his own. He was coming into his prime. A lot of people will forget that in Yadi's prime, he was actually a really good hitter. 2011, 12, and 13 were his best seasons. But he had several seasons where he batted over 300. OPS plus, whatever that is, was well above league average. He had multiple 20 homer seasons and things like that. So if you look at the back of his 2023 card, I just don't think you're getting the full story. That's just me. I'm not gonna belabor on that. But 2012, it was the first year the wild card game, because they were trying to recreate game 162, which happened organically. Now they're forcing it, known for the infield fly, things like that. But 2012, and then I also have his All-Star card that year. And what's really cool about this one for me is, the All-Star game was played in Kansas City, so just on the other side of Missouri. But really cool stuff. And then in addition, fun fact is 2012 was the second time that Yadi Molina won the Platinum Glove. And yeah, I'm a Gold Glove fan. I'm a huge defense fan. That's why, yeah, I had shared that video of it's like what, a 10-minute video of Yadi Molina defensive highlights, because the guy was just unreal. You know, everything that he was doing. If you watch that video, you know, double plays, catching, you know, guys, you know, trying to steal bases, picking them off, like all those things, blocking the play, because, you know, they could do that then. But yeah, he won the Platinum Glove, which was, you know, an award that was introduced in 2011. Yadier Molina won the 4 of the first 5 awards. At the time was the most until Nolan Arenado. But really cool stuff. And I forgot to mention 2011, when I showed this card, was the first year he won the Platinum Glove. And this is the second year. So those two are out of the way. The next card I have is 2015. Yeah, I had to look at the back of the card because I'm unfamiliar with set designs. The newer that they get, it just doesn't like stick out my mind like oh, yep, that's 82, that's 85, you know, that's 66, things like that. But 2015, you know, and that's the 4th year Yadi won the Platinum Glove. And like I said, by this point in time, it was definitively Yadi's team. You know, and he continued to be just consistently dominant behind the plate. You know, the stories, you know, especially for non-Cardinals fans, I'm pretty sure it's annoying. But you know, all the things that we say about Yadi that go beyond the statistics, things like that. But yep, 2015, really cool image. You know, along with like that 2012, you know, it's like catchers doing catcher things. Pretty sweet. Next one I got, 2016 team card with him and Randall Grichuk. It's a checklist, which I don't care about, but really sweet image. You know, so much has been written about Yadi, the teammate, and I think this is a really cool image of that. And the last card I have is 2019. And, you know, like for me, like this is like the last like great season, or a really good season for the Cardinals. I know 21 and 22 were pretty special in their own right. But 21, you know, it took that long winning streak, and 22 had the great story of Pujols, but you know, they were super cold in September, which ran right into October. But yeah, 19, you know, and again, really cool image. Very similar to the 15 card. However, he's wearing a different jersey. You got the road and the Saturday home jersey here. But yeah, I mean, I remember, you know, again, Yadi Molina, the guy that can't hit. But you know, 2019, it was Game 4 of the NLDS against the Braves. He got the game-tying RBI and then the game-winning RBI. I mean, he had some clutch moments in the postseason, tell you what, with the bat. You know, and that's in addition to, you know, throwing out, what was it, Chase Utley, I think it was, in Game 5 of the 2011 NLDS. I mean, he got Kinsler off the bases like 3 times in the 2011 World Series alone. You know, what was that dude thinking? Anyway, so that's the 5th one I got in. For those keeping track at home, you know, here's my checklist. Shown this before, and I make another edit because I found out about another card. It was just actually kind of like a fun thing about this collection. I keep finding like new cards, but there's a 2016 Trevor Rosenthal card, and Yadier Molina's prominently on it, similar to his 2013 card with, you know, him and Waino. But I figure, why not? It's like a $1.50 card. I might have already bought it. I don't know. Be waiting for me in Seattle. And it's just like, yeah, why not? So it does bring the total for 100% completion to 40 cards. And with these 5, that brings me up to 20. Here's the stack of 20 cards on the sweet penny sleever top loaders, corner cuts, penny sleeves, and then the top loader resealable bags. But anyway, at 20 now, so like Bon Jovi would say, halfway there. That's pretty awesome. You know, I think I should be able to finish this run sometime next year, well ahead of his Hall of Fame induction. It could be kind of polarizing, right, Yadi? You love him or you hate him, you know what I mean? And the Hall of Fame arguments gets kind of heated, so there'll be a bunch of people crying if he gets in. But anyway, I'm hoping that I can get it done ahead of his Cardinals Hall of Fame induction, which will be next year. I'm super excited about that because I'll be retired and I'll be at home and things like that. But yeah, I just wanted to get this video out there so I could, you know, put these cards in the box. Again, shout out to Steve. Go check him out over at Steve's Hobbies. Again, you know, good luck to your son there in boot camp. You know, it was coming up on 20 years ago that that I was, you know, flying to Philadelphia and taking that bus ride down to Cape May, New Jersey. You know, the company commanders coming out yelling at you on the bus, and you know, going out there, there's the little triangles outside of Sexton Hall where you form up and you don't know what the hell's going on. It's pretty funny that 2 times I've been stationed there since. Like, you can go to the Exchange parking lot and you can watch the buses roll in and you can hear them getting yelled at and things like that. It's funny now because it's not me anymore, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, sincerely though, good luck to your son. You know, just tell me, like, it will be difficult. It's meant to be difficult, but if I could do it, anybody can do it, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, I hope you all enjoy this, and nerd your own way.